let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. It's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Hit it. 53 is the mic. Man, that's trash.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
That was second down run for Murray. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Mitchell to throw on second down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Man, I got you.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch
to throw on 2nd down. Bell. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Mitchell. Throwing again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, You can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Hey, high 7.
Here's Mitchell looking to throw on second down. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Saints. 41 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They run with Murray. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points. And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw. By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Homer. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll run this with Homer. And he's got room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back to throw. Bell. And he's got his man on the out route. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check 26. Check 26. Check, 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 check.
Looking to throw. Bell. That's caught by Hollister. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Off the play fake. Bell. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Mitchell. Dancing to his left. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You draw quarter. 60 or.
On 2nd down, Bernard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Back to throw. Mitchell. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 27-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Looking to throw. Bell steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Bell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They stop him after a gain of only 4, and that brings up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now Mitchell on 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Back to throw. Mitchell. He's got Smith here. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Mitchell now operating from the gun. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard battle. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Going on the ground with Homer. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mitchell to throw on second down. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Bernard. But he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Mitchell forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Thomas, the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it? Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Bell. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. 27 yards on the gain there. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 72 yards. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. This one caught by his tight end, Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, it's Murray. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. To throw is Mitchell on 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jaron Reed forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And going deep for Hill. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And able to find Dorsett. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Mack, the tight end. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Looking to throw. Mitchell. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the night as his guys are back within a single score. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Here's Mitchell. From the gun, he'll throw. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 28-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Bell. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Seattle. Travis Homer, 64 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Down. 90 Wolf.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Five.
Now Mitchell on first down. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Looking to throw on second down. Bell. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Mitchell now throwing on fourth down. He's going to, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Operating from the gun. Bell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Mitchell. Holmes has got it complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Mitchell throwing on first down. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 59 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Check right 21, right 21, check right 21. I got him. No. Off.
To throw on second down. Bell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bell. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Back to throw. Bell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A full 40 yards that time on 3rd down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. To throw is Mitchell on 1st and 10. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alizé Mack there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Lots will look to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Seahawks 38, Saints 32.
So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Baby, get him, boy! Get him, boy!
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. From the gun, Bell. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
The Seahawks take over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bell. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Bell. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
I'm giving it the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Mexico City Diablos and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Mexico City Diablos and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Meanwhile, for Mexico City, our visitors, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Watch the outlaw. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, Curtis. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one. Back to throw. Curtis. He'll air. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a gain of 35.
6'6", pull it high.
Looking to throw. Curtis buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself...
And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll have Matt Ryan calling the shots, the former MVP and 3rd overall pick.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
To throw again. Ryan. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan, man open, that's Jaleel Scott. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. On first down, Ryan. Jones has it. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on 3rd down, Curtis. Open man is Michael Thomas. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. Back to throw, Curtis. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end, Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 5 catches, 96 yards. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Vincent Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Throwing again, Ryan. Complete to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Through one quarter, 14-7, our score. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Nick Boyle, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have the playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
Looking to throw. Curtis. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. Back to throw. Curtis. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Jared Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know I'm not supposed to ask questions in this situation. I'm supposed to have answers. But I have to ask, with so many people in such a small area here in the red zone, I can't imagine how they lose a guy of his size and he finds his way open for a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Ryan. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but a shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Curtis dancing to his left. And this is Cook with a grab. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, and it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan, he's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Ryan. And this is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Open man here is Scott, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop. 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan got an open man. It's Scott. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but it moved the ball.
That out-trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, Parker.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier part.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking end zone for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Checks it.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Boyle, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can. They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Hey, Delta. Let's go,
On 1st and 10, Curtis gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. A big play there, and even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They run it again with Kamara, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan outright. This is Boyle, the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Ryan, and he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Caught. It's Wilson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. It
always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Looking to throw. Curtis. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys were picking it off. They're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. He finds an opening. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Let's go, baby.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Back to throw. Curtis steps away to his left. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender. I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Josh Hill. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Brendan, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ryan. Caught by Wilson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on second down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there out of Kamara. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A run, it's Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Let him go.
Here's Ryan. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Here's Ryan to throw.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Ryan. And a completion to Wilson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Ryan to throw. They're able to locate Wilson. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Throwing now is Ryan. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. That time a 9-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
60 outlaw, 6-6, pull it high. 5.
Looking to throw. Curtis. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. And an alley to run. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Single. I got two.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, it's a 10.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bag. You ain't getting too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When it a check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when a check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I step like I'm Eno. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Put a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish these well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate, pay their bills. They can't get it by they self.
That's why you treat black men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
We just around here, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.